going on, everyone? I want to give you guys a total breakdown of what I refer to. This is in my opinion, but I really believe bee products are one of nature's finest superfoods. I'm going to share with you guys the specific bee products that I use, why I use them, so the benefits of each bee product, and how I use them, because I don't only consume bee products internally, I also use them for other things. So the bee products that you see me use in today's video are from a company called Rawpot. This video is in no way sponsored by Rawpot. It's just a brand that I genuinely love and support. Rawpot offer bee products just as they are found in their natural state, meaning they are 100% raw, they are unheated, untreated. Another major factor in why I support Rawpot is due to their ethical practices. They never over harvest and collect very little amounts from each beehive, which means that the bees themselves have a sufficient amount of food to feed on. So the 3 bee products that I'm going to be sharing with you guys include bee pollen, raw honey, and propolis. I only discovered Rawpot's products last year when, number one, I was deficient. This year I got into them even more when my immune system really took a hit and I needed something, and I turned to bee pollen, and it was like a miracle. It was a life changer. Bee pollen is like a little pellet looking tiny little pollen which is made from the young bees when they land on a flower. So there are so many incredible benefits of this magical food, but just to list a few: bee pollen is useful for gastrointestinal and immunity support. It is antioxidant rich to support vision and cardiovascular health. It is super useful for allergy season. So if you suffer from hay fever, bee pollen could be the magic cure. When I discovered the Rawpot's bee pollen, it was like, okay, this is what real bee pollen tastes like. Bee pollen is rich in B5, which is vital for skin health. So yeah, bee products in general are super amazing for glowing, healthy, vibrant looking skin. So the most talked about, studied, known benefit of bee pollen is its ability in aiding allergies. So if you're someone who suffers with hay fever every single year and you cannot find anything to relieve it, then bee pollen may be an option. So when taking bee pollen, you really want to start off small. Yeah, you kind of want to build your body up to getting used to it. So maybe start off with literally 1 or 2 granules at the most. And then obviously you want to kind of test to see that you don't have any allergic reactions to bee products. Some people do. Bee pollen is also noted for its incredible benefits in boosting liver health. It is used by many athletes for strength, for endurance, for training. When I've done my own personal research into bee pollen, I've seen time and time again people talk about how it's helped with hair growth. So honestly, there is no fuss involved when I take bee pollen. I simply take it out of the freezer, I put it on a spoon and I eat it. Very occasionally I will make a juice or a smoothie and I will put it on top of that. So moving on to honey. I'm sure everyone's had a little taste of honey in their lives. More specifically though, we are going to be talking about raw honey. Unlike conventional honey, which has been heated and probably had a lot of stuff added to it or maybe even taken out, unprocessed raw honey in its natural state can be seen as one of the most powerful in what I love to call superfoods. Raw honey really shouldn't be viewed as anything other than a superfood. It promotes healthy skin, it encourages quality sleep, it aids in stress, fatigue and recovery. It's rich in enzymes and probiotics to support gastrointestinal health. It's super useful for sore throats, coughs, and it strengthens immunity. And similar to bee pollen, it is used to support allergies. Raw honey contains something called polyphenols. Polyphenols are antioxidants which aid in things like longevity. Rawpot's raw honey is called royal honey. It contains a little touch of royal jelly along with some Sicilian lemon, which makes it so moreish. You could probably eat it by the spoonful, but yeah, eat it in moderation. Something that I've just learned recently, which is a fact about raw honey, is that it really helps in aiding sleep. I think I've known this intuitively because I always love having a warm herbal tea in the evening time with a tiny touch of honey after a hectic day. It's like the best thing ever. Sometimes when I'm in the kitchen and I'm handling a lot and I'm having like a crazy moment, I burn myself occasionally. So honey is great to put on things like burns. If you've got like a major burn, obviously, yeah, go and see someone about that. But like for small little burns, put a little bit of honey on. So I love using raw honey for things like salad dressings and just dressings for my food. This is one of the easiest recipes that I put together. I simply combined some raw honey with some fresh mint, some Dijon mustard, red onion, olive oil, some sea salt and some black pepper. So the honey has the best lemon zesty taste already because it has Sicilian lemon in it, so I didn't need to add any lemon juice. I simply drizzled it over my roasted beetroot and squash salad and it was so delicious. So during that winter period, when your lips might get a little bit dry, if you feel like a crack in your lip or anything, put some raw honey on that. Put it on like overnight. The next morning you wake up, done, finished, gone, no more dry lip. So probably absolutely no surprise on the next benefit. Come on, when we're ill, what do we grab? We grab our honey, we grab our lemon, we grab our ginger, and we make a warming tea. I'm gonna share with you my soothing sore throat remedy. So I think sage is overlooked when it comes to easing sore throats. It's really useful in reducing inflammation and congestion because of its antibacterial, antiseptic properties. Match that with some raw honey, some extra lemon, some ginger. This should really be helpful in easing any type of sore throat or flu symptoms that you have. So I chopped up some ginger, leaving the skin on, and I boiled it up with some fresh sage leaves. I think I boiled it for around 20 minutes. You could boil it for a little bit longer if you want it stronger, or not as long if you don't want it as strong. So once it reached the level of ginger that I liked, I poured it into a mug. I then waited a couple of minutes for it to cool down. Then I squeezed in some lemon juice and I stirred in some of Raw Pot's royal honey. So one of the ways in which I love using raw honey is just to simply slap it on my face. Sometimes I will mix it with some turmeric powder and then apply it as a face mask. So turmeric is amazing for skin regeneration. Combine it with the raw honey and you have the easiest, most effective DIY home face mask. Any good quality raw honey with this face mask will just be incredible. But the Raw Pot's raw honey does have some royal jelly in it, which makes it super special and just feels like a really luxurious honey face mask. I leave it for about 10 to 15 minutes. My skin feels smooth, it feels bright, it feels plump, it feels glowing. So Propolis is actually Raw Pot's most recent bee product that they have added to their line. The wonders of propolis are truly mind-blowing. Propolis is a natural resinous substance which is collected by honeybees from buds and trees. It is antimicrobial, antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, and antiparasitic. It counteracts bacteria and viruses by stopping their growth. It is super useful in immunity support, especially this time of the year, you know, when we're feeling a little bit run down, the weather's changing. Propolis is super beneficial. Propolis enhances tooth and oral care. It reduces swelling around the gums, helps to build and maintain healthy bone tissue. It is used for a food poisoning treatment. How incredible. Propolis is also useful for wound healing as it speeds up the skin's cell regeneration. I started using Propolis in my early 20s when I had really bad, severe skin inflammation. So I would crush up the resin, I think that's what you call it, the resin type of Propolis. I don't know why I didn't use the tincture form, it would have made so much more sense. But I would crush the resin Propolis and I would make like a kind of powder and I would apply it to my face and it would really kind of help with the inflammation. If I had known better, I would have just simply bought a tincture like the one from Raw Pot and applied it to my face. So yeah, the first benefit of Propolis is its effectiveness in helping with things like skin infections or skin inflammation. It is noted for its healing properties in healing gums, in fighting cavities. So for a great mouthwash, I love to combine the raw propolis, which is really concentrated, so I only add a drop in a little bit of water. I like to also place in some peppermint essential oil. I swish that around my mouth for about 45 seconds. And yeah, this is the most effective, fresh to death mouthwash ever. Hopefully nobody will have to experience food poisoning, but if you ever do, Propolis is noted for its food poisoning treatment. It's apparently really effective in kind of calming symptoms down. So I hope this video gave you guys like an overview of why I love bee products so much and why I'm always talking about them. Share with me if you have had any experiences using raw honey or bee pollen or Propolis. Let me know if you do start to use them and if you feel any different, if you feel any benefits from them. I would love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you soon.